So Roberto Duran fighting for the super welterweight championship against Davey Moore. Now, this fight in particular, I want to go part by part, piece by piece, and really break this down for y'all. So all I need y'all to do is just follow along, pay attention, take notes. Let's get right into it. Without further ado, okay. So before anything else, I want to go over the tail of the tape. All right. So we have Davey Moore, who's 24 years old, Roberto Duran, 32. So obviously, age difference. Roberto Duran's height shorter than Davey Moore. Davey Moore and Roberto Duran, same weight. The reach, a big difference. We're talking about 4.25 inch reach in Davey Moore's advantage. So now, if we're thinking about this, right, what makes the most sense for a taller fighter? What makes the most sense? Probably keeping our distance, keeping our space, or at least managing the distance and managing space. Not that you can't come forward, but probably managing the space and managing your distance. Now, here we go. Roberto Duran, knowing this, knowing that this person is taller, notice the jabs that are being used already. Notice these jabs, right? We're throwing jabs, but we're not necessarily committing or over-committing to these jabs. Why wouldn't we want to over-commit? Because if we come in too far, all right, let's back it up right here. This is a good point. We come in too far, we leave ourselves open to the counter. My bad. World Junior Middleweight. My bad. Did I say Super Middleweight? Yeah, my bad. So this is for the World Junior Middleweight Championship. My fault. All right, anyways. All right, so we see the jab here. And then Davey Moore looking to counter back. Now, let's notice this right here. Let's notice this. Is that Davey Moore at this point is extending a little more than what he actually has to. Now, as Roberto Duran pulls back, we're baiting him to be able to go a further distance. So we want Davey Moore to go a little bit further, because the closer he gets, the easier it is for me to be able to find my openings and my counters. Okay, let's continue on. All right. And again, I really want to emphasize this when it comes to Roberto Duran, is that he is known for a great inside fighter, but a lot of people don't talk about how he got on the inside. There's a good majority of the time that he's not actually the one pushing to get to the inside. It's that he baits his opponent to put the pressure on him, so that way he doesn't have to do a lot of the work. So moving forward, exactly what we just saw right there. So literally, we're probably about 20 seconds into this fight. We see an overextension here, an overextension by Davey Moore, right? And he may have clipped a little bit of Roberto Duran right here. May have clipped him in the back of the head just a little bit. But notice the comeback here is that body shot, all right? And then, if you couldn't see the other one, he threw a body shot right here as well. So we have two body shots, and Roberto Duran, being smart and being defensively responsible, keeps his hand in and blocks this hook. So 2 for 0 sounds like a pretty good exchange for Roberto Duran. Okay, let's continue on with this round. All right, again, so non-committal jabs, and we're throwing these jabs to slip off to the right because we want him to do what? We want our opponent to do what? All right, let's talk about it. All right, what do we want our opponent to do? So when we're slipping over to the right, what do we want him to do? Overcommit. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We want our taller opponent to overcommit, our taller and longer opponent to overcommit. Because if they can overcommit, we can find the openings. All right. You can see it right there. And then now even Davey Moore's a little hesitant here. All right. So changing head slots, touch jab. Notice that we're not committing. Oof, golly, because he's trying to set up that hook. I know you guys can see it. We want him to overcommit so we can land. All right. That's exactly where Brother Rams at. So look at the touch. And then that right hand. Oh, he didn't commit all the way. Mhm. So again, we're using our touch jabs. We're circling around because we want our opponent, our taller and longer opponent, to overcommit so that way we can find our openings. All right. Y'all continue on with part 2. I'm going to leave it somewhere around here. I'm learning all this YouTube stuff. So y'all bear with me. Check out the next one.